Hi guys. Right, I've got to the stage of my makeup, I'm just about to put my lipstick on, and I just thought I'm going to show you a really simple way to get a good shaped mouth, okay? Now when you get older, you start to get those lines there, and it's a nightmare. What happens is when you wear normal lipsticks that are they're grease based, aren't they? So when they heat up with your body, they start running into the lines, and you get sort of, yeah, you get the creases emphasized through your lipstick. So a good way to get around that is to use a lip pencil, which is much drier and is not likely to do that so much. It also gives you a really nice shape if you're wearing a darker lipstick. If you're wearing a pale lipstick, it doesn't matter so much, or a gloss or that sort of thing, you can just pop it on. But if you want a little bit more definition to your mouth, the best way to do it is to do it with a pencil. Now this is also good because if you have a mouth that's slightly uneven, it's a perfect time to balance it out. If one of your sides of your lips is larger than the other, you can do that. If the top lip is smaller than the bottom, which is often the case, that's a nice chance to balance that out as well. And basically, don't forget that makeup is basically you're drawing on what you want to see. You're balancing out imperfections, you're optimizing yourself, if you like. If nature had been kinder, this is what your mouth would have looked like, sort of thing. And everybody has little flaws and shapes that aren't quite right. I mean, my mouth, principally, it's quite full, but my top lip tends to dip right in there. It sort of goes, it's a very sort of, I don't know, a lot of people's is actually goes up and then around in there. Same with my bottom lip, they're quite pale, there's not much colour, there's a bit of tattooing left on there actually, which I've tried to blot out a bit so it doesn't confuse the issue, but this is a really simple technique to give you a good shaped mouth. Okay, first of all, you know the nostrils, you've got those two little mounds that come down from the nostrils. I'm sure they've got a little name, but I don't know what it is right offhand. At the bottom of each of those, at the top of your mouth, you're going to put a dot. And this is the opportunity to balance out any inequalities on the sides. Actually, that's a little bit low there. So you put a dot on each of those sides, roughly equal, okay? Then you do one in the middle, a bit lower, where your natural Cupid's bow ends, sort of like that. Then directly below the first dots that you put on the bottom lip, you put two more, like this. So you need to try and make this as equal as possible, that it's literally, you can use a pencil or something to balance it. Are they the same height? So you've got like a little box with one in the middle. Then all you do is join the dots. Now I want you to join the dots but with straight lines. Don't be tempted to do any round lines, just literally straight. This is what's going to give you the good shape. Once you've done that, I want you to take the top one to the corner of your mouth, where it actually opens there, not outside, because you will start getting a weird sort of slasher mouth, but literally to there. And I want you to draw a straight line. This one. Don't be tempted to follow the line of your lip. And now this bottom, from that edge, that last dot, into the corner. Again, a straight line. And the last one. Now I've used a much darker lip pencil than I'd normally use because I'm a bit of a sort of nudie brown sort of person. But I wanted to be able to see the lines. Now actually I think I'm going to take this one a little bit higher because this side of my mouth is lower than the other side. But you can see I've got the two little sharp points at the top. They're a little bit too harsh, so I'm going to nip the tops of those off. And now, where it was very, very pointy, just smooth it up a little bit. There, it's not quite so round now. And maybe there as well. Take those corners off. But it's through the straight lines that you get the perfect mouth. I mean, I haven't got the perfect mouth, so it's not going to be, it's going to be as perfect as mine can be, okay? Now, next thing to do is just fill your lips in a little bit with the pencil. If there's a red or something, then the thing is you don't want to have your lipstick going right to the edge, you see, because that's when it starts bleeding into the lines. Now that feels quite dry, so I'm going to now put my lipstick on. I've just grabbed any old lipstick. I don't even know if it's the right colour, but it'll lubricate it. Oh, it's a bit lighter, but it'll work. There, so shape-wise, that's fine. I mean, I haven't got my glasses on, so I can't really see it, actually, to be quite honest with you. But, you know, that is a short, fast way of doing a nice, symmetrical mouth. Don't be tempted to do round or anything. Keep those lines straight, and ultimately it won't look straight. However, in the last 15 years there's been a massive breakthrough in lipsticks, and I don't actually wear conventional lipsticks anymore, and I haven't done for about 15 years because good old Max Factor invented Lipfinity, which is one of those 24-hour stay jobbies. Now, this stuff is a game changer. It's amazing. I actually do exactly the same principle with the dots, but I use my Lipfinity instead. I don't use a pencil. I use my Lipfinity. So I do the thing, I do the outline, and then I fill it in. Sometimes with the same colour, sometimes with a slightly lighter colour, depending on what look I want. But these guys, they last all day long. And if you're a busy mum, that's fantastic. You can put it on in the morning, get the kids off to school, do what you got to do the wifey things in the evening, and by the time you go to bed, you still look good. They're really great. They're amazing. Life changers, they really are. So anyway, you've got Max Factor's Lipfinity. The next one to come along was Maybelline Superstay 24 Hours. And the thing with these guys is you have to put them on and then you let them dry. And then with the Max Factor, you get a separate little thingy. I've got one here somewhere. Here. This is, they come in a double pack like that, and that's a gloss. And you put that on. Once it's dry to the touch, you put a gloss on, and you can put that on all day as long as you want to make it more comfortable, make it look glossy. The Maybelline one, they're in the other end. They're in there. That's the gloss on that one. I know that Rimmel have now brought one out. That's called Provocalypse 16 Hours. and L'Oreal have also brought one out. So you've got lots of choice of colours. They do some fantastic natural shades, but they also do some great bright ones as well. But hopefully this has helped you with getting a good mouth shape, because I know a lot of people struggle. Don't worry about drawing. If your top lip is very, very different to your bottom lip, you have got about 1 millimetre or so of skin above where the colour ends that you can draw over, where it won't look overdrawn. Anywhere before the hair on your skin starts is still lip. If the skin is smooth, even if it's pale, it's still lip. So you can overdraw your top one by about 1 millimetre or so without it noticing whatsoever. And sometimes that can really make a big difference in the volume. Okay, so stick to the dots and the straight lines and you'll have a beautiful pout all summer. All right, hope that helped. Bye.